I'm
as
here
I can
for it.
see. What'd you say?
I'm here for it. I'm happy.
Listen, I'm glad that you can join me. Sometimes you need like you need some motivation, some help, somebody to be there with you. Because I'm not gonna lie, I've been slacking on going live this year because life started out with the world on fire and
Literally.
literally,
Yeah.
and then just going from there, just excuses. Really, it's all it is, just excuses. So I'm just trying to be in my be about it. Don't talk about it. Be about it.
There we
Space.
go. Perfect. 100%. And for me, like, I'm like, this is so easy. Why haven't I done a collaboration? But this is what community is for. So I'm happy.
Yeah.
30 seconds. I just want to make sure. Sorry, y'all. I was going to try to join from my daughter's iPad, but if it doesn't work, it's perfectly fine. And it's okay. It's not working. It's fine.
You know what? It's the power. That's the power of the pivot. What's up, y'all? We got some people coming in. Happy New Year. It's been a minute since I said hello to my community from live. What's going on? I have Naisha. If for people joining from my page, Naisha is joining me today. We are part of a community with Dr. Fashion. And she's awesome. If you don't
Yeah.
know her, look her up. She has a huge following. She does a lot of fun stuff, a lot of fashion stuff. So if fashion beauty is your thing, check her out. But Naisha, so we're strangers. We don't know each
Yes.
other. We've never talked. Let's have a conversation. How are you doing? Tell me about yourself, all the things.
Yes. Hey. Hey. Oh, hey, Nye. I love it. Oh my goodness. So I'm a
I have
born.
the best community. I just so you know, the best community ever.
I love that. That made me smile. Thank you for welcoming me, everyone. So I am a born and raised New Yorker. I love New York, but I'm
Ooh.
out of New York. We live in Atlanta now. I kind of got tired of it. And literally, it was during the pandemic. I said, this is too loud. We can't find parking when we come home too late. It's expensive. We can't buy a house because they're $1 million. Literally, we lived in Brooklyn. And ironically, my wife and I we had to evacuate New Orleans, Hurricane Ida. And we were joking. We said, we should go look for houses in Georgia. And she said, you serious? I said, girl, you ain't got to tell me nothing. I got us a pre approval in 2, 3 hours. I already had a referral for a realtor. And then we came here to Georgia.
Wow. Okay, so let's back it up. First of all, definitely get that New York energy from you. So, one of my good friends, Hippie Potter, Thaddeus Coates, he lives in Brooklyn.
Hey,
And when I first visited New York, I was intimidated. Even as a born and raised Chicagoan, New York is a different beast. It is literally the concrete jungle. But after visiting for, I think like I've been probably like 6 times now,
okay.
I actually really like it. When I was deciding to move from Chicago, I was like, do I go east or west? East or west? And because just from acting perspective and like I did a lot more in LA at first,
Okay.
but I might try New York for a little while, not permanently, for exactly what you said. So congratulations for finding what you needed. New York is expensive. I mean, they be wanting like $2,000 for a closet. And I just be
Yep.
like,
Yep.
what
100.
you what you mean?
Yeah, 100%. And the main thing, like we're parents, like we need a space. I need a park that's not dirty. I need it
Yeah.
for our 7-year-old who is going and going. So I love New York. When I go, we go home pretty often. My mother-in-law is still there. I'm happy. I get my food when I'm in New York. I'm like, okay, I gotta stop at the deli, the corner store. I gotta get me a bacon, egg, and cheese. That's real.
Okay.
I gotta go to Dallas BBQs. They don't have that in any other state. I gotta get my sticky wings. I gotta get I have my places, and they're like, okay, I can go back home because as I got older, like sound just started to get to me. Too many people. I think really the pandemic affected me. Like with too many people around,
Yeah.
I don't know. So I appreciate my home, thankfully.
It's funny. So two things. One, literally same thing. I'm going back to Chicago this weekend, and the first thing, like obviously, I'm gonna say hi to my mama, say hi to
Yeah,
my family, or whatever. But
yeah,
when I tell you, I have food stops. I'm getting barbecue as soon as I get there.
yeah.
As soon as I land, like barbecue me, please, because the barbecue place was closed right before I left the last time. Barbecue me. I need some mild sauce. I need some lemon pepper on my wings. I need some pizza. I need all the things. So yes,
I
food for
love
sure. And
joy.
then for the quiet, it is so funny as we get older. Like I used to laugh at my folks who would be like, who would turn the music down so that they could see better. But like
Yeah,
in real life, Like I woke up this morning, and God bless the people that, the house that I'm staying in. I'm in an Airbnb right now, and they take care of the grounds. But it be 8 o'clock in the morning, and y'all doing all of this fussing with
Yeah,
the leaf blower, and I'm like, them leaves was peaceful. They was minding their own business. Y'all doing, I understand you just doing your job, but could you not? You know what I'm
right,
saying? Cause like it's why you so loud. I don't
right.
understand. And
That is
then my upstairs neighbors, God bless them, they just act like they weigh 500 pounds apiece. And then they this big. Like, why are you stomping? Why are you
yep,
stomping? You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot.
heard
It's a
you
lot. And,
100%.
and welcome in everybody who is joining in. What's up from the south side of Chicago? Thank you, thank you, thank you for all the love. Let me see, bacon, egg, and cheese on a sub or croissant on a sub.
Uh, a sub, a hero. That's what I assume. A hero or croissant. I get mine on a roll. I get a
What's
toast. A sub, I would like a hero, like you would get from Subway.
okay, okay.
I get mine on a roll. Just it's a roll about that size, and I get mine toasted with mayonnaise and ketchup. Just so
That listen, New York, y'all got your own way of doing things. Me personally, now I love breakfast. Breakfast
right.
is my favorite type of food, but
Mhm.
I don't eat at breakfast time. But you give me somewhere that has breakfast all day, baby, I'm happy. Okay. And
Really?
I love a good breakfast sandwich. I prefer mine on a biscuit. If you have a top tier biscuit breakfast sandwich, and then
Yeah.
right up under that is croissant. A croissant, you know what I'm saying? Hon hon.
Good.
But if we get me a good breakfast sandwich, I even be a brioche. I'm even okay with a brioche, but that is a lot of bread. But a
Yes.
biscuit,
You
ugh,
good.
I'm in heaven.
I
Bacon, egg,
love
and cheese. Even though y'all know I'm not supposed to be eating cheese, which I could do without, but it just adds that little extra.
this. It does now. Are you having coffee or tea with yours?
Oh, good question. So I appreciate both. I drink both, but I am such a nicer person when I have my coffee in the morning. I'm
Fair.
already nice. I'm just nicer.
Fair. Absolutely. I'm give me the coffee. However, I just had surgery. My friends, they recommended tea is better. So I did acknowledge
Ooh,
coffee for like 28 days, but I did have coffee yesterday and I was like, oh, we've been missing out. So I'm enjoying my coffee
that's good.
now.
I like tea too. I like a chai latte with oat
Yeah.
milk and vanilla.
Yeah.
The Madagascar vanilla, specifically from Panera Bread, they get it right because I think they really. Sometimes you go to some places and they don't be putting milk in for real, and it
Right.
just be tasting like water, like tea bag water. And I'd be like, now why did you make me pay $7 for that?
But I
I
wasn't
can
expecting to say Panera though. Cheers. Shout out to Panera.
No, like real talk. Cause there are some other bigger brands that it's tasting not like enough for me. The best ones I've ever had though have been from like mom and pop shops. Mom and
Right.
pop coffee shops have the best coffee and tea, hands
Yep.
down. It's like Christmas in a cup. It's
Yep.
just it's wonderful. It's
That
wonderful.
I need a seating area. I need to sit down and have Wi-Fi. If I don't have Wi-Fi, that's fine because I have a hotspot. So if you got that, the mom and pop shops, I'm there. I'm
Oh
supporting.
yeah.
I'm
No,
having.
definitely. I'm still on the search for a mom and pop shop here in LA
Yeah.
that I can go to and like work. I really do like working at like a mom and pop
Yeah.
cafe or something like that. But man, they be packed. These people be out here at these
You know, they got the same mindset as
They
us.
do. They do. They do.
Please.
So tell me some more about your content. What kind of content do you do?
Yeah, so ironically, so the name Two Mommies and a Baby came out. My wife and I wrote a book, a children's book, helping people understand queer Black couples having children.
Mhm.
And when we write in the book, I said Two Mommies and a Baby, that's our name. This was in 2018, and the name just stuck. So and then I went through different phases, of course. We were life insurance agents. My wife is still in the life insurance industry, but I said, you know what? It's not my calling anymore. So I'm en route to become a therapist. And I said, let me just keep the name. People know us when they see us. I'm not famous, obviously, when they see us, Two Moms and a Baby, and it still brings joy. So I keep that name. And now our YouTube page focuses on parenthood, traveling, self care, mental health.
Very good. Anybody who knows me knows that I'm all about mental wellness.
Mhm.
just kind of a little bit of my background. Because again, if you're just joining us, me and Naisha are strangers. We do not know anybody. We don't know each other. And we just decided to hop on live together.
Right.
So I am divorced. I was married for 6 years. I was in a really toxic marriage. And so I left. I'm kind of starting over, mid 30s, just moved across the country for the first time. And I have a history of dealing with anxiety and seasonal depression. And so I've been in therapy for several years. I still go to therapy routinely, and I really believe in mental health. I'm a mental health advocate. And with that, using my content, I use comedy to cope. So I'm always trying to figure out, how can I make your day? How can I make you laugh by lighthearted comedy, sharing love, sharing light, because life is hard enough. Out of all the things that we deal with, war, famine, inflation, this person don't like me, that person won't give me my money back, whatever it is.
God.
We have our differences. We may not believe all the same, but laughter is universal, and it is proven on every level to improve our health. And so
Mhm,
that's my contribution to the world, is just trying to help our mental health by doing check-ins, making sure people know that they are cared about,
mhm.
especially those who may be struggling with suicidal thoughts or ideations, who may be struggling with depression, who may be feeling alone or hopeless or different things like that. Because I've been there. And so, always encouraging people to do all of the mental health things. So if you're watching an FSU, do the things, take care of yourself, because we need you here. Okay.
Please.
We need
Crystal,
you
can I
here.
share something with you?
Yeah.
Through suicidal ideation in 20 it was like literally like it was 2023, and just the thoughts, and I did share with my wife, and she said, are you okay, just going to get evaluated? And I'm open, I'm a positive person, but I just wasn't feeling well, and I was in therapy at the time. I did share with my therapist afterward, but I'm thankful I was honest with myself. Like Naisha, just be honest, tell my wife, because if I kept those thoughts within myself, who knows where it would have gone. But I want to share with you is you and another creator that just kept me going. Your reel, your video on Instagram specifically, when you said, if you look at me like this, and
Mhm.
it just kept me going. I'm just gonna laugh. So when you bring literally what you said, I feel it. I bring you bring it to me, and that your video, and listening to positive videos, Eric Thomas, just literally just putting myself in the environment because I didn't want to be broken down. I'm happy, and I've been in therapy for 6 years, and I just still go to therapy. Like, to me, therapy doesn't stop. Like, there's always going to be something new in the world. So
Mhm.
exactly what you said, consistently in therapy, that's me as well.
Oh, well, thank you for that. Thank you for those flowers. And I'm so glad that I can contribute to your wellness journey. Yeah, I just don't have no sense. I love to laugh. I love to be goofy. Because those things are real. Like, I'll tell you, I want to address a couple of comments first, but I'm gonna
Oh yeah.
tell you about what actually happened with me. In one of the really crucial times that I was dealing with suicidal ideation. Um, Earlier somebody said, ramen queen said hi from England, from a fellow Indian here. So glad you said chai latte instead of chai tea. And you know what,
Oh,
I mentally tell myself all the time to stop saying chai tea, because it's tt. I get it, we working on it. Be patient with us Americans, because they introduced it to us like that. So just, be
cool.
patient with us. um and thank y'all so much for the love. I appreciate it. Come on, internet mom. Listen, love all the babies, love all the kids. We love y'all. So yeah, it's so funny what happened with me. I was going through a lot. So my sister had just passed away probably about a year prior, and I was dealing with just the grief. I mean, such a massive loss. Like, I had, within 6 months of her passing, I had five other relatives die. So it was a lot of grief. Then I had some major life transitions. I had gotten married 6 months after she passed. And then, I was trying to figure out marriage and dealing with that. And this was before things started getting really tough within my marriage.
Yeah.
My family's business was kind of going through. And I think everybody was just struggling with the loss of my sister Karen. So we were trying to just figure out how to exist in a world where she didn't.
Mhm.
And that can, when people don't learn how to grieve properly, that can really put a lot of strain on the relationships. And so I remember one day, it was just this massive blow up within the family. I personally think everybody was just overstressed, overwhelmed. And, we were just all in just a really strenuous place. And I did the best that I could to try to pick up the pieces, but that's really not a job for one person. That's a job for therapists to help you, each person walk through grief because it's different for everybody. And I remember I broke that day. And
Mhm.
before I knew it, like I kind of blacked out. And before I knew it, I was walking out into oncoming traffic. And granted, it wasn't a busy street, but in my mind, I was just like, I'm just gonna end it. Like I wanted to get hit by a car. I was like, I could just end this now. And I remember stepping out into the street and I was just like, what am I doing? I like jumped back and I was like, I need to take a walk. I took a walk. I found a suicide hotline and I talked to a counselor for like a good hour. And this isn't funny. I'm probably gonna say it in a funny way because when you when you deal with trauma, it's my trauma response is to laugh. And so I remember a few months prior to that, one of my girlfriends, she is a licensed therapist. And for her birthday, she thought it would be fun to do, like, we had a girls' night or whatever. And we did like all of these different activations that she had been learning in school. And so one of them was she ran us through like this activation to see who we considered our most important person. At the time, it was my spouse. And then
Mhm.
it was like, you write that person a letter. And so I wrote the letter basically saying, like, at the end of the day, I want you to be the one that's next to me. Like, if anything ever happens to me, just know that I love you, da 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 da. And so now, fast forward 4 months, I mean, about 3 months later, and this happens. And I
Mhm.
come clean about it, but
Mhm.
I came clean about it after he found the letter. So he's thinking I planned this whole thing out. And I'm like, it's just disaster. So it just really reinforced, like, it was funny because I wasn't going to do that, but it
Right.
wasn't funny because it's like, for him, I could imagine how scary that
Mhm.
was. And it
Yeah.
just reminded me like why mental health is so important.
Absolutely.
It's so important to take that time and like you said, communicate with your spouse, communicate with your family, be open, be vulnerable, because it can save your life.
It will, and it has. Literally, it has. And I'm thankful. I was after that, they asked me if I wanted to be on antidepressants, and I agreed. With the field that I work in, we have many resources, and just the blogs and the podcasts that shared. You don't have to be ashamed about being on antidepressants. If it's going to help you, give it a try. If it doesn't help, that's okay. So I was on antidepressants for 2 years, and this is something I do not recommend doing. I stopped myself immediately. Like, you're supposed to go through a process, like decreasing the dosage with your
Mhm,
doctor. I just stopped taking them. Don't recommend that at all. Because for about 3 weeks, I was not like, my body wasn't well. So I don't recommend that to anyone. But the reason why I got off is because I felt like my body was a bit dependent on it. And
mhm,
since I had moved from New York, I was finding, more creative things to do. I was building my community, and I was like, Naisha, it's okay. You don't need these anymore. And I'm proud to say I feel good. I'm happy. Even being in the community of creator life, I'm learning new different ways. And now on YouTube, I'm very new to YouTube, but I'm grateful when I see my page, taking off in numbers when it comes to, certain videos. So my point is, for me, I found a way, and everyone will have their journey on what way they find. And we'll figure it out. But as you mentioned, I think the common denominator is talking to someone. I think
mhm.
you could agree on that.
Yeah, talking to someone, journaling. I always, y'all know, y'all remember when I had my partnership with Uniball. I was so grateful for that because I'm still using those pens. But journaling has definitely helped because sometimes you got to write out your thoughts, just get them out of your head, and then you can look at them with a clear field and be like, okay, what is this? What am I feeling? Asking yourself questions, taking note of all of your sensory. I did a video on grounding. I didn't
Mm.
know what. Are you familiar with grounding?
I am. I am. There's many different ways to ground. Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. So grounded, literally, like I know y'all think I be joking when I say touch grass, but like literally touch grass. Like it's go outside, touch grass, bring your senses, use your senses back. God gave us senses for a reason, and they are effective in our mental wellness. And so literally just taking note of what you see with your eyes, what you feel with your hands, what you taste, or remembering what something tastes like, what you smell, all of those things, it brings you back into your body. And probably one of the most impactful things I've ever been told, my good friend of mine to always tell me, be where your feet are. Cause
Mm.
my mind is over in Egypt somewhere. Like my
Yeah,
mind just be gone,
go, going, going.
gone. Now
Yeah.
she about to interrupt us. Hey Alexa, hey Alexa, stop.
Wait,
Just
what?
cut it
What?
out.
What did you say?
She no, she came in with a reminder because
Got it.
she'd be like, you got things and what you doing? And I'm like, but not now. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Because you interrupted. You didn't even say excuse me.
Right.
What we need to do is program it. If you watching this, Bezos,
Mm.
program Alexa to say, excuse me, is now a good time. You know
Here
what
we
I'm
go.
saying? Because rude. I appreciate you, but you're rude.
Right.
Anyway. Let's see. Ava said, I'm scared of medicine because I don't want to be dependent on it. That's a fair point. That's
Totally.
a fair point.
Totally.
Um, do you have any recommendations for that? I haven't been on medication for my mental wellness. I have medication that I take for other things.
Mhm.
Um, but most of what I take is through supplements. I always try to figure out if there's some sort of natural way to treat whatever it is that I'm dealing with before there's medicine. But sometimes you got to take medicine.
Absolutely.
Um,
So the first thing I would say, well, are you in therapy? Who are you exactly speaking to? If you're talking to a friend or a family member, are they judging you? Are they being defensive? If you need someone to that outlet, I would say a therapist. Now, if your therapist is not helping you that much, you can ask them for homework assignments, and just literally going down the list. What can I do? What can I do? Because then you'll figure out what's working for you, what's not. It may be painting. It may be literally just walking in the grass, as Crystal already mentioned.
mhm.
And it's totally up to you. Medicine could be the last resort. Now, in my world, living in New York, my mom, wife, I got bills. I was trying to figure out what I'm doing as an entrepreneur. I was just like, I'm just going to take this medicine to see if it's helping me. And it did. So that could be totally the last resort.
Yeah, absolutely. And I also think if there's ever a point where you feel like you're becoming too dependent on it, or if you don't feel like you have some type of control,
Mhm.
talk to your doctor again.
Yeah,
You can figure out if there's a way to switch medications or to reduce the dosage or, whatever balance that you can have. But don't let the fear of taking something that can help you keep you in a space where you're not getting the help that you need.
absolutely.
This is not sponsored by any type of medication
Oh,
or pharma, nothing like that. We're just speaking from experience because, I'll be the first to tell you, like, I really want to be a mom. I love kids. I really want to be a mom. So, future husband, if you're watching this, just come
right.
on, plus time, it's ticking. But no, I've already I make this joke and I'm like, 30% serious. I want them to start microdosing me with the drugs now. Just just start giving to me now. Because if you really think that I'm about to go natural, pushing something the size of a watermelon out of something the size of a lemon.
Yes, ma'am. It's not working. Everyone does it differently. My
Nope.
wife had a birth. She did it. She had I don't even know what it's called, but she was like, "Well, get this out of my face." She was breathing into something. I forgot what it's called, but she was, and she pushed our daughter out.
That is beautiful. It's not for me.
That's
'Cause
okay.
I'm not the one. I'm
Okay.
not the one. You in school to be a doula right now? Perfect. Make sure that you bring the drugs.
You
Bring the
go.
drugs. I want the drugs.
When the
Okay,
doula
listen.
the drugs, she could advocate for you if
I
you want
want
the doula will
I
say
want a doula and I want the drugs
yes.
because I know myself. I don't have a high pain tolerance. I don't. And I'm a lot just like I'm a lot nicer when I
Right.
have coffee, baby. I'm a lot nicer when I have the drug. 'Cause
I'm here for you. As long as you have that, listen, write that birthing plan now. And then when you and your partner come together, listen, I have my birthing plan. We can do this together.
Mhm, mhm. So just microdose me now. By the time I want it to be such a breeze. I'm
Yeah.
laughing. I'm cracking jokes. I'm like, look at y'all down there. What you see? What you got? Oh, ooh, that baby got a big head. I want to be like that
Girl, you're gonna be
during the birthing process.
cracking them up. So I'm curious, like, you were just saying, you laugh through trauma, when recognizing trauma, when things are just okay. What do you do to relax? Because you give us content consistently. What do you do to relax?
Ooh, that's a good question because I do show up a lot.
Yes, you
Most of the time I'm watching something. So I just got into Paradise.
okay. I'm looking, I mean, Sterling K. Brown, he just took the award from Therapy for Black Girls. So I'm here for it.
Sterling be acting his behind off. That show is so good.
I
Love
need to
it.
get into it.
Yes, I highly recommend. Not for children. I know that
Oh,
I do have some young people that
okay.
are
Yeah.
following me. It's not suitable for children, but
Yes.
great show, great show. I love a good mystery. I love a good mystery. Like give me something to figure out. Also, I watch a lot of Criminal Minds now. Now, caveat, okay,
Mhm.
probably sounds crazy to watch Criminal Minds to relax, but I talked to my therapist about this. And
Yes.
she said, she was like, you know what? I actually like that for you because it gives your mind, it's like a mental puzzle. It gives you something to figure out. I love that. I just watched this movie called Woman of the Hour starring Anna Kendrick. And
Okay.
it was also her directorial debut.
Yeah.
And it is based on a true story this woman who moved to California, moved to LA to pursue her acting dreams. I was
Girl.
like, oh,
It
I see. And then she
is.
got booked to be on the show called The Dating Game. And I was
Okay.
like, huh, that's interesting. And she matched with a serial killer. I was like, no, that's not me.
Oh,
That one's not for me.
we gotta do it.
Thankfully, she didn't get killed.
Okay.
But he had killed several women and
Oh
girls
my
and
goodness.
died in jail. This crazy man.
Wait, I
And
want to
so
watch.
like that I be solving crime to
Yes.
relax. It makes me feel more in control.
I love it. Enjoy. I watch Law and Order to go to sleep sometimes, and I
Oh,
don't judge me. I used to watch Dahmer. I enjoyed watching it. And look at me, I'm a black woman. I'm queer, but I watched it before I went to sleep. And my wife was like, "What is wrong with you?" I was like, "Girl, I'm just enjoying it. I'm decompressing. That's it.
okay. You know what?
Don't judge me."
I'm not judging because whatever helps you to sleep at night, I think for me, and this is just because I've tried to figure it out. I'm like, is this something wrong with my brain that it soothes me to watch serial killers? But it's not so much that it soothes me. I like being able to understand the psychology of
Same,
people. So that way, when I see you and you start doing stuff that makes me, oh, I recognize that you're a psychopath. So I'm going to stay over here.
same.
I feel better about myself knowing that I can point that out. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
Things. And me, I was like, this is the reason why I want to become a therapist because I want to. That's how I connected it because I want to understand about it. Because I see, I said, don't judge me. I don't want to judge them immediately. I want to understand the reason why. So that's why I enjoy the shows.
Yeah.
And that's Lord of the SVU. Olivia be making me cry. I've been watching Olivia since Olivia been on the screen. Olivia Benson
Mhm.
since '94. Okay, and I'm like, girl, keep going. Now she's directing. She's doing it all. So I
I
love me.
love that.
Yes,
I
I love
love seeing that transition
me
from
too.
people, even Sterling K. Brown is one of the
Mhm.
producers for Paradise. And so
No,
just seeing these actors jump into these different roles, and I've done
yes.
some directing myself. I think that being an actor makes me a better director and vice versa.
Oh my God, I love that. I love that for you, literally. And now you're in LA. Let me ask you. We want to, of course, accomplish big and grand goals. What is a small goal that you look forward to accomplishing?
Okay, so y'all, I'm about to put up my first like full length vlog. I think it's about 25 minutes or so.
Okay,
My goal right now is to be able to hike up to Wisdom Tree.
do
And so
it.
I had been putting it off, putting it off, putting it off. Yesterday,
Okay,
I finally got out
okay.
and I attempted and I failed miserably. I had to stop a whole bunch of times. I had to pull out my asthma inhaler twice. I was struggling for my life. And y'all gonna see it because I was laughing. I was like, I can't believe I'm really letting y'all see me struggling for my life on this camera. I did not, I made it maybe a quarter of the way.
Okay.
Maybe, probably not even a quarter of the way. But the whole process is it's a process.
Yes.
It's me going at it as much as I can. And so I will try again.
Mhm.
I will post that video. So my goal right now is to be able to hike up there because I want to see the view. I've driven past it and I've seen the view from up there and it's really pretty.
I have to Google it. You see
Um,
some
but
trees?
walking up there, I d I don't know how they do this. It's different air up here. They got a different subscription to the sun and a different subscription to the air up here. It's crazy.
I had to look it up. The wisdom tree in LA. I see it. Got
Yeah.
it. Got it. Okay. Were you alone? Did you go with someone?
I was by myself.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. You here? You did it though. You
Listen,
did it.
I
Okay.
did. I stopped when I got to halfway. I can't even say it wasn't halfway. I literally walked probably about a quarter of a mile.
Got it.
And but it was all uphill. And I was just like, woo.
Was
My
uphill.
my chest, my chest, I can't breathe. And I said, "You know what, y'all? Imma call it a day today. Imma make it up there one day." So
Yeah.
that's a small goal of mine is to be able to make it up.
I love this for you. I love this. So tell me, how are we feeling with time? I just want to make sure we're all good.
Yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up in just a couple minutes.
Okay.
I want to ask you that same question.
Yeah.
What's a small goal for you that you're working on right now?
Oh, okay. So I'm cooking more. I usually cook just to cook, okay? But I'm happy. I've made a chili and my everything's in the crock pot, okay? I made chili. Now I look forward to making a beef stew. I don't know why beef stew specifically, but my mom used to make it, even though it's turning to, warmer months, but we still gotta eat. So beef stew. I look forward to making that and it being good, okay? Because I can make it and it can be yucky. So when I made chili, like not from yeah, it's pretty much from scratch, like just my seasonings, the ground beef. I felt so joyous. This is when it was the snowstorm in Georgia, and we were inside, obviously. So that made me
Mhm.
smile a lot. And yeah, that's what I look forward to.
Cooking more. I love that. I'm actually getting ready to get out of this Airbnb because I need more space and I need a real kitchen because I do actually like
Mhm,
cooking. And one thing about me, baby, I'm
mhm.
gonna make some chili. I love me a warm meal. Okay. I love me warm food. So crock pot, instant pot,
Mhm, mhm.
air fryer. I'm gonna bake me some. I'm gonna put some. I can't wait to get a real kitchen because when I tell you I'm about to make me some greens and some
Yes.
cornbread and some macaroni and cheese and some
Period.
baked chicken and some sweet potato.
Oh gosh, I love it. I made so we just got our friend. So we used to borrow our friend's instant pot, and he got mad one day. And he was like, "I'm just gonna buy y'all one." Well, he didn't get mad. My wife made some oxtails, and he wanted more oxtails. He was like, "I'm just gonna buy you an instant pot." And he bought us a good one. And you said sweet potatoes. I made some sweet potato mash in there. It took
Mhm.
25 minutes, and I
Yeah.
was like, "Gold. This is gold." It
Yeah.
was amazing.
Instant pie is definitely a treasure in the household
Yeah.
for sure, for sure.
Oh,
And I'm rooting for you. I'm excited about the chili. I will give you and y'all who are watching a
mhm,
little tip
mhm,
if you so choose to try it because I'm pretty known for my chili.
mhm.
You can add a dash of cinnamon.
Okay.
It brightens up the flavors. Dash of cinnamon.
I'm down with that. Okay, you said mac and cheese. Have you ever added mustard in the pot? Just a skirt. That's it. It came from a black woman, came from a sister on YouTube, and I was like, but don't do overboard. It gives that extra flavor.
You, you know what? I'm a mustard girly. And
Mm-hmm.
while that sounds a little crazy off top, I would try it because I can see where the flavor complex will come in because
Yes.
mustard has that very bright and like it has that vinegary taste, which like for me, good mac and cheese is not sweet. Some people like the cheeses that they use, it gives it a sweeter taste, which I don't
Right.
like. I like my mac and cheese to have like that sharp cheddar taste.
Yeah.
I like that, which is kind of in that same flavor complex of mustard. It's more sharp, it's more tangy.
Yes.
I would be open to trying it.
Yes. I love it. Someone said mustard.
Right, mustard. Exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
I
All
love
right.
it.
I'm gonna try to answer this one last question before we wrap it up. Dealing with phobias. I don't like bugs, and I think I might be scared of flying. Haven't done it
Mm,
yet, but I feel like I'm gonna be one of those people. So, Ava, I can understand completely how being afraid of flying right now is a lot because every day it seems like they are reporting some type of something with a flight. But at the end of the day, and I even said this on my walk because the whole reason why I was procrastinating on taking a walk was because I was scared. I was scared of failing. I was scared of showing y'all
yeah.
that I could not walk up this hill.
Mhm.
I came out talking about I've lost 60 pounds. I've been able to keep it off. I'm, in the better shape that I've been in most of my life. I'm getting more active and I can't walk up this hill, although technically it's a mountain and it's like
Right.
a 2 mile hike. So I gotta give myself grace.
Yes.
However, fear is not living. Fear
Right.
is existing.
Yep.
And so at the end of the day, you just take it one step at a time, you know, and you take chances. Life is meant to be lived. Now, as far as bugs, I'm gonna be the first person to scream and run away if there's a
Oh,
bug. Okay. There's a moth right outside my door. You better believe I almost climbed through the window because I'm not because for what? If I wake up and there's a moth on my face, y'all gonna be wondering why I had a black eye. Chris, who did it? It was me.
to
It was
yourself.
me. I did it to myself. I was kicking my own behind. You know what I'm saying? But with, with that though, I think at the end of the day, we have to remind ourselves we can do hard things, be kind
Mhm.
to ourselves in the process, but take chances because life is meant to be lived. We could think of a gazillion things to be afraid of and never live, but that's not living. That's just existing.
Agreed, 1000%. My cousin, because my family just came from Ghana, like last week, like Saturday,
Mhm.
and my cousin was like, "I want to go, cuz, but I'm just scared of flying." I said, "Listen, if we lived in our fear, we wouldn't step outside the house. Every
Ever.
vacation, there's something that's taking place. Driving." I said, Come on." I said, She's from Brooklyn, New York." I said, "Girl, we get on the train. People are on the train hurting one another." Okay, so we can talk more about that, but we can't live in the fear. It's really going to stop us. It really is.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I have to head to an appointment, but this has been so good. I'm so glad to be back on live with y'all. Thank you, Naisha, for joining me. Y'all make sure y'all show her some love. And Crystal Crew, we're gonna be back at it. I know I was doing my weekly lives and I fell off, but I'm back at it. We are here. We'll do some more joint lives and we'll have a good time. I hope
Awesome.
that y'all have a fantastic day. Naisha, thank you again. It was such a pleasure to learn more about you and your family, and I wish you nothing but the best.
Same, Kristen. I look forward to so much more updates and continue to give yourself grace, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Me too. All right. Love y'all. Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.